What a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'll wait for a few people to come in and then we can get started. Dude, I am so ready. The snow is completely melted away. We're supposed to get more though. So I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't want any more snow. But, it's spring, so close to it anyway. So thank you for coming in today and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. So, oh my gosh, I'm like, my hair's a mess and I just got out of work and I'm like super sweaty. So, and I'm thinking about rolling down a window because it's really hot in here. Oh Lord. Hello, thank you for coming in, hanging out with me today. Leave a comment so I know who it is. So I don't know. I have a lot of things that I want to do today when I get home. I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. And I have to clean up the house before we go to Disney. And I have to do like a lot of things. One of them, yep, this is what I do every day between the hours of 1 and 2:45. This is me. So I haven't went live on the computer in a while. I probably should do that. I just been super busy. So anyway, I am so hot. It is freaking hot in here today. And I got a winter coat on because I can't find my other coat and I'm dying. So anyway, I need to get some things started and I still need to do a couple more videos that I keep teasing that I'm going to do and I haven't done them yet. So I should probably get that done. I do have a wild lettuce tincture that I need to make a video on. The 24th, Garden State Gardener. And my mom is taking me. So I'm excited. Oh God, I'm hot. I'm like, I got sweat on my upper lip even. What? Thanks for coming in, y'all. What else? I just have some things I want to plant outside that need a little cold period before. So I have some poppies and stuff I want to put out there and stamp into the ground. And right now there is no snow on the ground, so it would be a good opportunity to do that. Please give me a thumbs up, all 8 of you that are watching. I'd really appreciate it. I don't know what I can get into on YouTube anymore. I don't really know what the rules are as far as things are going. I'm gonna roll up my window so people can't hear me talking. They're walking by. So I don't know. I don't know if I should mention anything or not. I'm still trying to think about it. So, I don't know how you all feel about the Zelensky Trump thing that is going on out there. And this isn't really about politics in a sense that I'm going to talk about, but I'm a little confused on people and thanks. No, I'm not. But thank you. That was cheesy. I appreciate it. Though. Do you guys think that some people just have a different perception, or are they not hearing things correctly, or when they see things right in front of their face, do they not believe it? I'm a little confused as far as people's perception of things. So, for instance, if you see something that's going on the television, Okay, yeah, there are some things, some instances, like some news stations. Um, hold on. I don't know what that means, but okay, sorry. Um, I don't know, like, are people hearing things differently than what I have seen? Like, okay, say for instance, I'm gonna give this as an example. When President Trump and Vance were talking to Zelensky, they did an actual live feed video, right? We all saw we all saw what was going on in the video. We all saw, so I'm a little confused as to why people, like, you didn't see the disrespect, you didn't see what was really going on. I'm a little confused by that. So hit me up if you think that people's perceptions are just a little off. No, I'm not from France. I'm from the United States, and we don't have any snow right now. I wish we did, but no snow. I gotta go out there and put some seeds in the ground. Um, I've been wearing my eyeliner like this for like years, for like 20 years. Nothing has changed in me whatsoever. Please give me a thumbs up, all 8 people that are watching, please. I'd appreciate it. So anyway, I just think that people's perceptions are a little bit off. I mean, did we not all see the same video? We saw the same thing, right? Like, I'm a little confused. Yeah, but still, I mean, he was so disrespectful. I don't know what that means. I'm tired of it. But yes, I realize that they had a meeting with Zelensky, which, by the way, has that ever happened before? I don't know. Has that happened before where people like get together and have a big meeting right before somebody has a meeting with the president? I don't ever remember that. And if it did happen, they didn't advertise it or talk about it. I'm just like a little confused as to what people's perceptions are because what I saw was like massive disrespect. So I don't know. Chard. Is that like Swiss chard? I thank you for coming in. This is my first time seeing you in here. Thank you. Please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. But yeah, I don't understand why people are saying, I mean, okay, I understand there's a lot of people that have been killed in the Ukraine, and there's a lot of people on the Russian side that have been killed as well. So both sides are killing each other basically. And it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible thing. War is horrible. And I can't even imagine living in that type of atmosphere where you're just constantly on edge. It must be a horrible, horrible thing. And yeah, I understand like why people would be like, yeah, I'm with the Ukraine. But however, I am with the Ukraine, but I'm just not with their president because their president seems like a big D-bag. Like, I've never experienced anything quite like that from a global from a president. I've never seen that before. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, where we invite somebody to our house and you disrespect us. Like, that is just ridiculous, especially after we have given you billions of dollars. Like, what in the hell is really going on here? And it's really, really sad. It's really sad to see that. And hey, Marshmallow Man, 13 months? Really? Months. What's up? Thank you for being a member of Wide Family Farm. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So anyway, that was kind of one of my things I wanted to talk about today because I was like really super confused. And do you think Facebook blacklists people? That's another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. Is do you think Facebook blacklists people? They don't necessarily tell you that they aren't going to put your content out there. They just don't put it out there. So that was another question I have. Like, are they just like, if because you're not saying what they want, they just kind of blacklist you and nobody gets any information from you whatsoever? And you know what? I've come across that quite a bit actually when somebody posts something. A lot of times I feel like a jerk. Like they'll post something and it's like super important and I'm like, I didn't hear about it, but like 3 or 4 days after the fact that it happened. So, but anyway, this whole Zelensky thing is really getting on my nerves. Hello, Dancing Alone with Rentals. Thank you for coming in. So anyway, hello, Chris Mullins. I would be on Trump's side if his facts and figures were ever accurate. Why aren't they ever accurate, though? Why do you think that? And that's another thing. I cannot stand when people fact check, because who's fact checking the fact checkers? Because there are specific things that I remember. Like, I am not stupid. I remember things, from the past and what have happened. And a lot of people are like, oh, that never happened. And I'm like, yeah, it did. I remember specifically when it happened. So I'm a little confused by that as well. Like, who's fact checking the fact checkers? Dancing Alone with Rentals, you were definitely not a jerk. A dork, but not a jerk. So please make sure you give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in and hanging out today. I really appreciate it. So this is just the topic that I had anyway, on my mind. And a lot of times I try to understand people. I try to get their point of view and stuff like that. But at the same time, when I see something like in front of my face, when you watch something on television or you see it actually happening, it's true. Like I saw what happened. You know what I mean? Unless there was something provoked off the air that I did not know about or provoked, but I saw what I saw. And I'm a little kind of taken back by it. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Chris Mullins, how did you even hear about us? This is your first time definitely in my chat. So let me go to your channel activity. You created this 11 years ago. Wow. Interesting. Television, is that what Abraham Lincoln had? No, Abraham Lincoln definitely did not have television, but people hated him too. Um, I wasn't quite into Abraham Lincoln as much as when I went to Gettysburg and I actually seen the history of it. And then all of a sudden I became like this Civil War, like, I want to learn more. I want to learn more because I actually been there and saw it. And I kind of was was affected by my tour of the battlefield and seeing everything. So then my mind kind of changed a little bit. By the way, I don't watch television. I see everything on my phone. So I just saw the clip of him and Zelensky and Vance talking. So I was just a little curious about that. You're just scrolling through the feeds, huh? Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. If you are here, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And make sure to share us out and all that good stuff. So anyway, this isn't really a gardening topic. It's just a rant that I had. I was just like really confused as to what people's perceptions are. When you see something that goes one way and then you see other people saying that Trump was a bully, I was a little confused by that because I did not see any bullying. I saw trying to negotiate a conversation. And I think a lot of people, like, anytime Trump says anything, like, as far as he, sticks up for himself or sticks up for America, people think that he's automatically a bully. And really, it's because of things that he's done in the past. But I really don't think that he's a bully. I think he really does want peace, and I think he wants the best for this country. I like to hear people's thoughts on opinions, but I'm probably one of those fact checkers. That's okay, Chris. Speaking of phones, I've been communicating with a realtor, and the fellow forgets things from day to day also. Interesting. Hey, Rick, thank you for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Appreciate you. I'm very pro Zelensky, but enjoy hearing the other side. Cool. I just don't understand him. There's a couple questions I have about him, like, why weren't you looking a little better when you entered the White House? I mean, anybody in a position like that should be looking a little better than what he did. Not that I'm judging, but I think that he definitely needed to look a little more professional. But then I saw a picture of him with Prince Charles, and he was kind of wearing the same thing. So it might just be who he is. But I definitely think he should have been a little more professional. And my perception of it is that he was cocky right off the bat, and acted as if he had a chip on his shoulder. And I didn't quite understand that. Like, I feel like Vance, especially, is very open and stuff. And I just feel like that conversation was just doomed right from the get-go because he automatically had a chip on his shoulder. Yesterday, a guy asked me for an address, one that I gave him a week ago in the same text threads. Oh, that can happen. I lose texts all the time. Or if there's like 100 texts in between, I'll be like, hey, can you text it again? Because I can't find it. I do that all the time. To me, it seems like people can't organize themselves with just phones. No, they can't. And I have a hard time organizing myself just in general. Vitra, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Love you. He was told to wear a suit prior. Zelensky was told by the US. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like, we give you money, just kind of, bear with us and show a little more respect. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So, yes, I am Marshmallow Man. Hence why Vance had a go at him. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And I understand why he did. I mean, honestly, there shouldn't really be a dress code, but there kind of is. You are in the Oval Office. It's like, it's historical. It's a place, that you should definitely have a little more respect. He's a desperate fella. Zelensky has the same passion as Trump, but for good of Ukraine. Chris Mullins, are you from the Ukraine? I got a question for that because I was told that lots of people from the Ukraine do not like Zelensky. And I really don't know because I don't know anybody from the Ukraine at all. But I was told that they don't like him and that he has used this war to stay in his presidency as long as he can. So I don't really know. I don't know anything about the Ukraine, and I don't really know any Ukrainians. I knew one Ukrainian, I think, and his name was Vladimir, but he changed it to like Chris or something like that. So I don't know. He did say thank you on 3 occasions during the last administration. Yeah, but that was the last administration. We've done a lot of things since then, I think. Okay, you're from the UK. Cool. Public worldwide didn't know this now makes sense. Hmm. Lots of Ukrainians lining the streets in London today in support of Zelensky's visit. Yes, but they're in the UK. I wonder what Ukrainians think in the Ukraine. Because in the end, they're the only ones that matter because they're in the Ukraine. They're the ones that's seeing the war. They're the ones that are having their homes and their houses destroyed, and stuff like that. So I would be curious as to what exactly a Ukrainian actually thinks about this. It is one done deal when he went to the White House. The Dems changed his mind. They would rather have Trump fail instead of peace. Yeah, you know what? Then that kind of sucks because we want peace. We don't want to go to war with Russia. We don't want that. We do want peace. I am bracing for the 25% tariff that hit Canada. I can't talk. Canada tomorrow. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this, and I see a lot of people out there defending Ukraine, but at the same time, I don't know. I I don't have no clue. Sorry, I'm hot. It's very hot in this car. And this is not normally a subject I talk about. I don't really talk about politics that much, but I'm just a little taken back by what people have seen versus what I have actually seen. I have actually seen Zelensky acting like a tool to Trump and Vance, and that kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm like, you are a leader of a country, and we given you billions of dollars. You can, just be, even if you don't want to be, you can pretend to be a little more respectful. The Soviets don't want to lose control over the river passage the Ukraine can control. So that's really it's very, very frustrating. I think the situation could have been avoided a long time ago. Um, from what I had gathered, it's a NATO problem, and the NATO had kept moving closer and closer and closer to Russia. And I was told then that the Ukraine is not a part of NATO. So what is NATO doing in the Ukraine? That's just a question I have. I really have no idea. And so Russia wants nothing to do with them, and yet they keep inching closer and closer and closer and closer to Russia, causing a huge issue. And yeah, so what is up with that, and why are we being drug into this? That's kind of how I feel. Um, it's really, really sad to see this because I hate to see war. I mean, we live in modern times, dude. We live in modern times. We don't need all this crap. And yeah, I realize that not everybody gets along, but do you need to kill everybody that you don't get along with? It's kind of dumb. All tariffs should be the same. Yep. Soviets want to pay for the passage through shipping. Okay, so what's the problem with that? What, are you afraid that, like, if you give Putin an inch, he might take a mile or something? Or, I mean, what exactly is the problem with that? Yeah, okay, if they wanna pay for it, that's money for your country, and let them through then. We all should tariff New Jersey. They hog all the seeds, and the rest of this are left with dandelions. Oh, okay. Okay, well, then that's what's going on, is because if you let them in, are they always that's yeah, there needs to be stipulations, obviously, but I don't know. It's just a really I just people's perceptions is what really got me, because what I saw specifically is that Zelensky was getting very disrespectful, and it was and I've never seen Vance like that either. Um I think Vance is kind of just a cool dude. Like, he's just a cool, laid back dude. I've never seen him get angry like that. And I don't know. Very, very interesting to see how this is going to play out. And I really hope for Zelensky's sake, that the Democrats don't ruin what kind of relationship he could have with Trump, because I really think that Trump wants peace. Um, and he could definitely help his country get there. Uh, However, we're not going to give money to somebody that just wants to continue war, making more money. And that's another thing, is like, I think there was like $180 billion or something like that, that was unaccounted for. So where did your money go? And then you aren't willing to work with us on mineral rights and stuff like that. There's just a lot of things going on right now that is just super fishy. And then we're also in that phase too. I mean, we've only been in the President Trump's thing for like 3 months now. Um, so we've only been doing this for 3 months. He's trying to do a lot of things and get things going, and he's trying to um get Elon Musk in there with the Doge and all of that, and try to dig up this word, where did our money go? You know. So that's another thing that's going on right now. I had no idea though about that with Putin though, by the way, that he was taking an inch and a couple miles, you know what I'm saying? So, very interesting. Very interesting to see how this is going to play out. So, with that being said, just be careful what you're watching out there, because I do see a lot of people, specifically Democrats. I don't know why. Like, I'm very, very open. I will watch CNN. Okay. Not that that's where I get my primary news source, but I've been known to watch CNN, Fox News, in all of those. Like, I'll watch it. Because I'm curious. I want to know what they are thinking, what the left is thinking. Not just the right, but I want to know what the left is thinking too, because that is one way you can educate yourself more, you know? So I go to both sides and take a look. And 6 people in the house. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Yeah, we just need peace, man. I'm tired of this crap, man. Let's just move forward and move on, you know? The Ukrainian leader has said his choice of clothing is to show solidarity in soldiers fighting the Russian army on the war's front lines. So it's like a symbol. I don't know, man. He said something, I remember Zelensky saying something like, don't quote me on this because I don't know his exact words, but when Vance asked him why he wasn't wearing a suit, he said something along the lines like, well, he couldn't afford a suit, or if he had $5,000, he could buy a suit, or something like along those lines. And I thought that was very posh, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for, because the word I want to say is not is not good. It didn't sound very good for him. I'm like, you just lost $180 billion and you couldn't afford a suit. Like, there's just, yes, condescending is the word. Yeah, it just sounded not so good. Like, dude, you sound like a complete a-hole. So, I don't know. We'll see how this is all going to play out in the future. And hopefully we can create peace with Putin, and we can create peace with the Ukraine. And there shouldn't be any more issues. Hey, what's up, Patty? Yeah. I mean, I think we all saw the same thing, but some people are like, Trump was a bully. And I'm like, huh? I didn't see that. That video that I watched, I did not see that at all. I didn't think he was. In fact, when Zelensky got smart with Vance, that's when Trump stepped in and said, you're not playing your cards right. Like, so I don't understand what people are all up in arms over. By the way, like, I understand supporting a country, but I'm not going to support a country and go over the top when I live in the US. Like, I support this country first. This is the country I live in. I love the US. There's no other country that you can live in where you can have the freedom of speeches that we have, the liberty, the way of life that we live. This is America. This is, supposed to be the best country in the world. So, I'm not going to say that I, love another country over this one. Not going to do it. However, I can feel bad for another country. I can, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. What's what that's what I didn't know he was told to wear a suit. Except I didn't know he was told to wear a suit either, honestly. I didn't really know all the details going up to it. I just saw what I saw. What people don't realize is there was a conversation before they had this meeting, according to what I have heard and understand. Oh, okay. So, him going into the Oval Office with a chip on his shoulder, there could have been something said that completely pissed him off. But for the most part, what I saw was not cool. Yeah, I saw Trump standing up for Vance too, and this is kind of Vance's first time dealing with this kind of stuff, but I also respect Vance. Vance was in the military. I respect that. Like, plus he's from Ohio, where I'm from. And I think the man, and I think I think he's a good guy. I just really hope he doesn't get corrupt, but I don't think he will. I think he's a good guy. Yeah, let's hope. Maybe in 2028, we'll see. Um, but I think he's a good guy from what I've seen. I don't know him personally, so I don't really know. But from what I've seen on videos and stuff like that, I think he could be a really good leader. And yes, he's been in the military, like he knows. And not to mention his lifestyle, how he grew up. I mean, his mom was on heroin for most of his life. So he has a different perspective, I think, than most people in the White House. Because, Trump didn't grow up poor. Trump was rich from the get-go. Vance grew up poor. So he has a way different perspective than most people. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about this particular situation. I just really hope that we can all come together on it and stop fighting and arguing over the stupidest little crap. Like, oh, Trump went to the Super Bowl and blah, blah, blah. Like, who cares? I don't care. Just do what you need to do and get us back on track, because we need to be back on track. We need to fix a lot of things that are going on in this country. And I think people on both sides can actually say that. Like, we need to fix some stuff. Let's do it. So now I got that off my chest 33 minutes later. Thanks, guys. It was my rant for Monday. I kept seeing people over and over again on Facebook posting this and posting that and saying they're with the Ukraine, and I'm not really with any country. I'm with my own country, Like, stand up for your own country. And, my grandfather was in World War II, was in the army. My dad was in the army. Like, let's show a little more respect and stick up for our country and what our rights and our beliefs here. First, we should be America first. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I don't know how great it was, but thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. But yeah, so with all that being said, never ever let somebody bring you down about what you believe. Just do your thing, believe what you want. That's what makes America great, right? That's what makes it great. So I have a lot of things I have to do. coming up, so I'll be doing probably a couple more videos. I might even do a video today if I can get my son to be quiet. We'll see. I doubt it though. But I have a couple videos that I wanted to do, and I wanted to go through the garden and take a look. And today is like, I don't know what the temperature is, but it's beautiful out. So I wanted to like get outside a little bit and take a look at the garden. Some years back, I posted on Instagram. It was a soldier walking by the World War II monument in DC. Nobody hit the like button. I didn't. Oh, I don't know. My grandfather had a Purple Heart, got a Purple Heart, and he, you know, he didn't really talk about World War II after it that much, you know? It was a very, very hard thing for him to deal with. Um, and when they were out and they weren't at the base or wherever, he remembered specifically, like, starving. He said, he said that there was no food, and he just remembers being so freaking hungry. And that is one thing I'll always remember with my grandpa, is that he had, like, this deep-rooted love for food, you know? Because I think he spent all that time, like, hungry, and, it really affected him. So, uh, yeah, not a good thing. My garden is still buried underneath we don't have snow now, it's completely melted. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look out there and see what I can do. My garden is still I already read that. It's funny how one-sided people seem to believe they need to be. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's gonna be great, you know? I might even do a video and, or maybe take some pictures. Got this new phone and I haven't been able to take any pictures yet because it's just been crappy out. Who wants to take pictures of just white snow? Nobody. Yeah, I think, I'm just worried. Yeah, starvation. Yeah. I just don't want to I don't want to have a World War III on our hands either. Like, nobody wants that. I would like to think that we are above that now. Aren't we? Aren't we above that? Let's just try and come to some kind of compromise. But when you see people like Zelensky who are not coming to a compromise, who are not compromising, it's frustrating. And I don't think that, Trump, and I don't think Vance, I don't think they don't want that, you know? So we'll see. And like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out in the future. And hopefully it doesn't break into anything more than what it already has. Like, there's already lots of people who have already lost their lives. So let's not do that. Let's try and come to some kind of compromise and work with it. Like, can't we just work with Russia? I mean, I know we don't want to. I mean, but let's just work with them and figure out a way. Like, we can't just, I don't know. It's frustrating for sure. So let's just hope that we get lots of peace in the near future. And we must also remember too that Trump didn't start this crap. Like, this wasn't something that Trump did, you know. I think we're forgetting, like like, all of a sudden we got a new president and then we forgot the last 4 years. So let's look into that too. Like, hey, let's try and be a little more logical here. Yeah, I really hope too, Patty. I don't want World War III. Um, that could affect a lot of things. Just not good, not good. And I really, honestly, the shape that things are in right now with the youth and things like that. I don't think a World War III would, I think it would like greatly influence the younger generation in a negative way. So let's just try and keep the peace, man, because I really don't think the younger generation is ready for that. I really don't. I'm not ready for that. So, exactly, exactly. Truth. Yeah, it wasn't just with Biden. I mean, yes, I agree with you there. It's way beyond that for sure. Hey, Prepper 101. It would. Oh, no fishing for you. That's funny. Yeah, it would. By the way, oh my gosh, speaking of fishing, there are a lot of diehard ice fishermen out there. I drove past one of the big lakes that we have, and there was water on the lake, and they were still out there ice fishing. They still had their tents up. They were still hardcore ice fishing, and I was like, "Oh my god, I would have never done that." I mean, there was like water on the lake, and they were out there. I mean, granted, probably the center of the lake probably wasn't thawed out, but I was still surprised to see that. Like, I wouldn't have been out there. That stuff, that stuff would have been a guarantee, like frozen for 3 or 4 days, or even a week before you'd even see me out there on it. Maybe even a month. Once there was water over the ice, I set my GPS for McFish sandwiches. That's funny. But yeah, there's some diehard fishermen out there that definitely were out there. It was actually yesterday. It was nuts. And it wasn't very cold yesterday either. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe it myself when I saw it, because there was water and there was like Canadian geese in the water. And they're out there. I mean, there was at least 10 of them, all separated, like all in their little tents, like fishing it up. And I'm like, okay, man, like whatever floats your boat, but I'm not going to risk my life for some fish. So, yeah, that's kind of funny. Thank you guys. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me today for Rant Monday. No boat required. Yep. Yeah, oh, no, they didn't have any boats. They did have sleds. Like a lot of them have like a sled that they carry out there, but kind of silly of me to say this because you all probably had marked your calendars, but what? My rabbit turned 1 this past. Your rabbit? Wow. That's funny. I have no idea how old my rabbit is. And I think we got him the year before last. The big one. Well, that's cool. Yeah, this going live for my car isn't too bad as long as I can keep the trolls at bay. I have a lot of trolls when I go live from my phone like this. So, but anyway, guys, 44 minutes I have been live. So I want to thank you all for coming in today and really just kind of take a step back, start viewing all of the news stations, not just one particular, try and be a little more open-minded as far as what's really going on here. But what I saw specifically was somebody being disrespectful to our president. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. So, Yeah, happy spring, really. I am ready for it. March 21st will be spring, and I am so excited to get that rolling. Haven't started my plants yet, but I'll be starting them very soon. Actually, when I get back from Disney, that's when we will start everything and get the ball rolling, and I can't wait to show you just some tips and tricks to get plants started and companion planting, because I'm really into companion planting, really into it. And so I can't wait to show you all of that stuff. Kind of hard to worry about world peace when I have to put out a vegetable platter. I get my news here, not a minute will be wasted on network coverage. Hmm. Yeah, I don't watch the news. Well, first of all my streaming devices don't have the news on them, okay? And I haven't with Biden, when Biden was president, I really had cut out all the news. But then, Trump got to be president. I watch a little bit here and there, but I don't actually watch it on TV. The only type of news I get is from my phone, Instagram, or Facebook. But sometimes a lot on Facebook, I end up like clicking it and getting rid of it because it gets to be a little much. Because once you look at one thing, then they hound you and you get like tons of news stuff in your feed. And I don't want to live that life. I don't. I don't go by the calendar. I go by the meteorological calendar, which is a different. It gives us 20-day lead. I like that better. Works. Great.